very good afternoon. Okay, boleh nampak slide ya?
Boleh, sir.
Okay. Assalamualaikum again. Today kita akan belajar tentang activity based costing. This one is our chapter 4 untuk you punya topik. Ada lagi remaining 2 topics before you punya final exam on 27 on 26 May. Okay. This one is a continuous from chapter 2, chapter 3, and this one kita continue chapter 4. The topic is more or less the same. More or less the same with chapter 2, 3, 4. Dia continuous lah. Dia continuous. And then for this one kita dah ada sedikit, kita belajar sedikit dalam chapter 2, chapter 3. And then I combine sekali dengan chapter 4. Okay, dia punya chapter is activity based costing versus traditional absorption costing, ABC versus TAC. Okay, in chapter 2 and 3 you are using traditional absorption costing. This chapter 4 ni dia memang focusing more on activity based costing. Okay. First kita go to traditional costing yang kita dah belajar masa kita chapter 2 dan 3. Traditional costing system ataupun traditional costing method ataupun traditional absorption costing. Ataupun before this kita ada guna single plant wide rate ataupun OAR, single OAR, overhead absorption rate. So this one kita akan guna semula untuk this chapter untuk kita buat comparison between traditional costing system and modern costing system, which we call it activity based costing ataupun costing based on activity. Okay. When we are using this is the traditional costing system, and then after this we are using the modern accounting system, which is activity based costing. So sekarang ni this one kita boleh buat as a refreshment for chapter 2 and 3. Okay, for traditional method or absorption costing method, sama juga dalam chapter 2 and 3, we are still using the product cost and period cost. Okay, product cost consists of direct material, product cost, direct material, direct expenses, direct labor, direct expenses, and manufacturing overhead. Then kita akan add period cost to derive at total production cost ataupun production cost. Okay, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses tu semuanya kita akan buat semula. And for traditional method ni, direct cost and direct labor are easily traced to product. Normally yang problem sekarang ni ialah manufacturing overhead, so you kena allocate dia. Direct labor, direct material, and direct expenses. Another one is direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. Just sikit. Direct labor and direct expenses. Direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. So here, and direct expenses can be easily traced. Therefore, direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses are assigned to product. Direct labor and direct expenses. Okay. Okay. So direct material, direct labor memang normal kita boleh charge direct. Normally lah, normally. Okay, for direct expenses macam royalty, patent, sometimes kita boleh charge direct juga. But it depends. Kalau macam patent, dia accept. So you tak boleh charge direct lah sometimes. Kalau patent, kalau trademark pun sometimes you tak boleh charge direct. Tapi some other than that you boleh charge direct. Contohnya kita ada specialized special equipment. Okay, yang you charge dekat produk A sahaja. And then kalau patent tu untuk you punya satu produk tu, then you boleh charge direct dia. Okay, direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses can be easily traced to product as compared with manufacturing overhead. Therefore, direct material cost, direct labor, and direct expenses are assigned to each product respectively. Each product respectively. Okay. Dia senang as compared dengan as compared dengan manufacturing cost ni. Okay, direct materials, direct labors, and direct expenses. Therefore, direct labor, direct material cost, direct labor, direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses are assigned to each product respectively. Okay, direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. Okay, then yang ini agak susah, which is manufacturing overhead, yang you tak boleh assign direct, you tak boleh directly assign to each product ataupun you tak boleh easily trace to that product because contohnya because we are using as a pool. As a pool cost, contohnya electricity, water, and others, telefon semua kan. So you tak boleh nak simply charge dekat produk A. You tak boleh simply charge dekat produk B, C, D, E. So you kena tengok betul-betul and then baru you charge. Okay. Kalau single plant wide range tu manufacturing overhead ni yang this one. Okay, so manufacturing overhead yang bawah ni, you tak boleh charge direct tau. Okay, because there is a pool expenses, pool cost pool. Okay, kat sini kita ada cost pool ni. It's a cost pool in cost pool. Okay, in cost pool and then allocate to product by using single plant wide rate. Okay, then kita guna single plant wide rate ni, yang this one is a traditional punya method. Kita dah belajar previously, kita guna satu sahaja rate untuk kita charge kepada setiap produk. Okay, single plant wide rate ni using single plant wide rate is the traditional method of allocating manufacturing overhead cost and is the simplest method that we can use. And in this method, the company calculate overhead absorption rate OAR before period begins by selecting one allocation base and using the same base to allocate overhead cost to all unit. Okay, dalam method ni company kita akan kira satu OAR sebelum period tu bermula, contohnya sebelum tahun, contohnya awal tahun, ataupun sebelum projek tukar, sebelum apa-apa start, kita dah set dah satu. Okay? Dengan memilih hanya satu sahaja base. Dan menggunakan base yang sama untuk kita allocate kepada semua unit, semua produk, semua department, semua services. Satu rate sahaja. And then jom kita tengok illustration dia ni. Contoh dekat sini saya boleh highlight dekat sini using traditional method, single base. Ya. Okay. Manufacturing overhead. Manufacturing overhead. Okay. Contoh illustration yang pertama ni, this one 125,000 manufacturing overhead ataupun manufacturing cost are assigned to this production department. Okay, the company decided to allocate the overhead by using the machine hours sahaja. So ada satu base sahaja as the production department is using machine intensively. Yang ni chapter lepas ya. And then 25,000 machine hour are consumed in production department. So OAR dia, you boleh kira total overhead cost, you divide by total allocation base, which is 125k, you divide by 25,000 machine hour, and you can get 5 ringgit per machine hour. So this one you akan guna untuk semua department, semua produk, you akan guna single rate sahaja. But when it comes to ABC, when it comes to ABC, you akan using more than one allocation base dia. Okay. So kita dah modify sikit, dia jadi banyak sikit dia punya base. A modification of overhead allocation method using single plant wide rate. Single plant wide rate is using multiple overhead absorption rate that have different allocation base. This method is more complex, but it may be more accurate. So ada advantage and ada disadvantage di situ. The allocation process is the same. The allocation process is the same, except there are multiple cost pools and multiple allocation base. So tu jadi beza dia, which is kita ada punya allocation base ada dua. Okay, this one is a very simple punya, dia pecah dua, and then after this kita akan tengok dia pecah 5 pula. Okay, same cost 125k manufacturing overheadnya. Normally manufacturing overhead yang susah kita nak allocate. Okay, 125k manufacturing overhead. Then they are using 25,000 machine hour for single. Now kita tengok balik yang this one, dia punya cost total cost the same 125k, tapi dia punya allocation base tu kita dah ada dua, which is for two separate department, which is assembly and quality control. Okay, ni contoh sahaja ya. So kita pecahkan pada dua, which is 105k for assembly department and another 20k for quality control department. And then we are using the allocation base, which is number of machine hours and numbers of inspection. So kalau unit dia, you letaklah example with number of machine hour as per this one ini is 25,000 machine hour, while for number of inspection is 500 inspection. So dia punya apa OAR, different OAR, dia akan come out dengan two different OAR. So OAR the first one is you kena kira lah 105k divided by 25k. And then you will get RM4.20 per machine hour for assembly department. While for quality control, 220k you divide by 500, and then you will get RM40 per inspection. Dia jadi dua. Okay, ada beza kan? So after this, by using the modern method ataupun activity based costing or costing based on activity, dia akan jadi banyak. Okay. Contohnya yang this one saya Google sahaja. Okay, contoh dekat sini ialah kalau all indirect cost ataupun manufacturing cost dia valued at 2.385 million. Okay, 2.85 million. Okay, which is direct material, direct labor, semua kita boleh charge direct cost tu. Okay, indirect cost yang ada problem sedikit. Okay, di indirect cost ada problem sedikit. So kalau this one example dia ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ada 6 so-called department, ada 6 activity. From 2.835 2.385 million ni dia dah pecah. Okay, design activity they allocate 450,000. Molding machine setup activity they allocate 300k. Molding machine operation activity 637.5k. Shipment setup activity 81k. Distribution activity 391.5k, and last administration activity 255k. So dia pun buatlah dia punya allocation base. Cost allocation base dia based on design activity, based on parts square feet, based on setup hours, based on molding machine hour, based on shipment, based on cubic feet delivered, and direct manufacturing labor hour. So ni dia punya allocation base dia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then quantity dia 100 parts square feet, 2k setup hours, 12.75k molding machine hours, 200 shipment, 67.5k cubic feet delivered, and 39.75 direct manufacturing labor hour. So dipecahkan 3 ya. Okay, ini yang kita namakan activity based costing, ABC, costing based on activity, based on department, based on process. Okay, hopefully you understand. Now we go to activity based costing, ABC. Okay, activity-based costing, or ABC, the cost of the activities rather than the overhead cost of the plant or department, becoming the building block for allocating indirect cost to product and services. Okay, kita nak check cost untuk setiap activity. Untuk setiap department, rather than kita ambil je macam single wide rate, single rate tadi tu untuk kita charge semua. Okay, we want to see the cost of the activities rather than the overhead cost of the plant ataupun department. Okay, then the process of determining the cost of activity to then determine the cost of product and services called activity based costing. Okay, kita nak tengok cost untuk setiap activity tu. Okay. Why we need ABC? Okay. In the first place, during 1980s and continuing until today, the business environment has changed rapidly from time to time. And nowadays, we have a lot of latest technology that we can use to calculate the cost. That is why nowadays we can't use a single rate anymore, but we have to change it to several base rate. Based on you punya product, based on you punya process, based on you punya department and activities. Why we need to change? Because there are a wide range of product that a company offer. For example, macam kita DRB Highcom, you DRB Highcom, Proton, especially Proton, Honda. Honda is under DRB Highcom juga, tapi not directly. Honda, dia ada wide range of product. Proton pun sama, kita ada wide range of product. Kita ada Proton Iris, kita ada Proton Persona, kita ada Proton X50, X70, and Perdana. For example, there are five product. And then the product tu ada wide range. So kita tak boleh simply charge semua kereta tu sama rate. Untuk kita punya manufacturing overhead tu lah. So kita kena tengok. Kalau Proton Iris, assembly dia kalau dia buat kereta tu, sepatutnya Proton Iris ni sikit je lah. Dia punya, contohnya dia punya labor hour tu tak sebanyak X70. So kita tak boleh dah guna single rate. Kita kena guna separate. Kalau assembly kita tengok, okay, macam Proton Iris, time consuming dia sedikit, lebih sedikit berbanding X70. So kita charge accordingly lah. Okay. And then currently like Proton untuk overhead cost, overall cost untuk Proton ni dia akan jadi almost 10 billion. Okay, cost dia. Mungkin overhead cost tu dia boleh jadi like 3 billion ke. So bila overhead cost tu are relatively large, they have to use the system and then they have to allocate the cost accordingly. That's why they are using ABC untuk kita allocate cost for each product. And then because of intense global competition from rival or from competitor, it will cause company to lose their competitiveness due to poor cost information if they are still using the single rate. Because all competitors semua dah improve dia punya product, semua dah charge cost accordingly based on the product, and then they will come up with the best selling price that they can offer to the target. So because of that, maybe their product is easier to sell as compared with our product, because they dah charge cantik-cantik dah. Okay, like Proton Iris, maybe dia punya range cost dia banyak ni sahaja, and then they will mark up and then they will set dia punya selling price, and the selling price tu is affordable, acceptable and competitive as when we compare dengan kita punya rival ataupun kita punya peers. And this reason had lead to the emergence of ABC, which is more sophisticated cost system and more appropriate to the new environment. So mostly sekarang ni company yang besar and it's a major production atau big production, they are using the ABC. Okay, this one is a sample of cost driver. It's a sample sahaja, and then you can check nanti dalam you punya final exam, you can test, and then you punya tutorial there are a lot of other cost driver that you can see. And this one is some of them: a quality inspection, warranty services, shipping, setup, machining, purchasing, product assembly, and material handling. And for the quality inspection, we can sometimes we can use number of inspection. Quality inspection in inspecting raw material or finished good. Quality inspection. Warranty service is providing service for defective product. We can use number of service call. Shipping a finished product to consumer, to customer. We can use number of shipment. Setup machines for production. We can use number of setup atau number of pages. Machining, machine usage. We can use number of machine hour. Purchasing raw material, number of purchase order, product assembly, assemble raw material into finished product, number of machine hour, and material handling, put material from store into production, number of production run. So this one is sample of cost driver that we can use. The cost driver must be acceptable and relevant to each activity. And then we go to the advantage and disadvantage of using the ABC. Okay, some of the advantage kita boleh tengok yang tadi lah. This one, the method is more complex but it may be more accurate. Ada juga kat sini. And then some of the other advantages, more accurate, tadi kita dah cerita dah, more accurate content of product or services. Second is better understanding of overhead allocation. Kalau kita dah allocate kita punya overhead to accordingly, and then we can understand better where the cost, why cost is higher, why we charge a higher cost to X70, why we charge a lower cost to Iris or Saga. Okay, and then it can be you can easy to understand. When we are using the ABC, it is easier to understand for everyone that see the report. Okay, so acceptable lah kalau Proton Iris, Proton Saga tu murah as compared to X70 or X50 ataupun perdana. Okay. And then ABC ni dia utilize unit cost. Okay, dia check unit cost per unit rather than just total cost. So before ni kita nak cerita total cost berapa untuk keseluruhan. Ini baru kita akan kira satu-satu, kita akan kira average dia punya total cost, kita dapat total cost per unit untuk satu je dalam single ataupun dalam traditional. Tapi untuk ABC ni kita ada banyak unit cost. Okay, like this one kita ada 5. Kita ada ni ada 6 unit cost. And then kadang-kadang kita ada yang this one 5 unit cost. Next kita akan ada 5 unit cost pula. Dia akan ada 6, akan 7, akan 8. So dia banyak. So kita utilize unit cost rather than just total cost. And then in terms of waste, in terms of non-value added tu kita boleh buang semua. So kalau kita charge accordingly and then kita check semua sekali, we can reduce our waste and we can reduce the non-value added activity. Aktiviti yang tak perlu pun sebenarnya. Contohnya, kalau ada certain function dalam certain kereta kan, ada certain function. Kalau yang kereta yang murah tu dia tak ada function tu. So you tak boleh charge that cost to Iris. Function yang ada dekat X70 you tak boleh samakan function yang ada dengan Proton Iris and Saga. So different. Then you tak boleh charge certain item tu dalam Proton Saga and Proton Iris. And then before this mungkin you guna single sahaja, satu rate sahaja. Lepas tu you akan automatic charge terus je kepada Saga dan juga Iris. So bila you are using the ABC, you tak boleh simply charge cost yang tak ada related dengan that product. Okay, the disadvantage of ABC, more time consuming to collect data because you kena key in banyak benda dalam sistem you. Dia sebab you kena kerja dia sangat tedious, one by one, product by product you need to key in dalam sistem. Okay, cost of buying, implementing and maintaining activity based system. So cost untuk you implement pun susah kadang-kadang because it very costly. Okay, you nak beli sistem tu dah very costly, and then you nak implement, you nak ada training, and then you nak maintain activity based system tu is very costly. And sometimes it may be difficult to set up and establish, particularly if an organization is using more traditional accounting methodologies before. So they're reluctant to change lah because it's very complicated. And then kalau dia dah lama guna traditional accounting methodology, they want to change to ABC tu it quite difficult juga lah in terms of you punya nak set up dengan establish bila you nak start untuk using the ABC punya system ataupun software lah. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of using ABC. Okay, this is the illustration. Yang pertama for you to understand how to compute the ABC for a company, for one company. There are four stages of ABC. Kalau you nak check, first is identify activities and estimate their total cost. Second is identify the allocation base for each activity and estimate the total quantity of each allocation base. Number 3, compute the overhead absorption rate for each activity. And the last one is allocate indirect cost to the product cost. Okay, this one nanti kita akan buat masa kita buat tutorial sekejap lagi. Saya nak guna Excel. This one pun kita akan guna Excel sekejap lagi. Okay, this is the comparison between traditional costing system and activity-based costing. Very simple. Dan tadi pun kita boleh nampak dia punya differences between A, B, C and D, E, C. Okay, the first one is allocation cost of activity. Untuk traditional ni dia allocate cost to department. Maksudnya kalau kadang-kadang tu allocation cost dia tu hanya satu. Department sahaja. Dia tak allocate based on activity dalam department tu. Kalau satu-satu je lah. Kalau dua sahaja. Kalau this one dia more to cost center. Macam this one kan. contohnya ni ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Untuk TAC ni, kadang-kadang dia cas satu sahajalah. And TAC ni rely on small number of volume based on cost driver. Macam direct labor hour, machine hour. Dia very simple dia punya calculation dia. Kalau as compared to activity based costing, dia punya allocation cost to activity tu, they are more focusing on cost center ataupun cost pool dia. And then they are using they use more second stage cost driver instead of first stage. First stage tu satu je lah. Yang the basic one, second stage tu dia banyak sikit lah. And then use only cost and effect cost driver. Now resources expenses are assigned, maksudnya resources expenses are assigned to activity based on how much the resources is required or used to perform the activity. Like just what I said just now. Kalau proton iris tak memerlukan that expenses, you tak boleh simply charge to proton iris. So resources expenses are assigned to activities based on how much the resources is required or is used to perform the activity. And then establish separate cost driver rate for support or service department. Untuk ini kita ada, contohnya kita ada banyak driver lah, and cost driver tu kita allocate based on setiap department tu. So below ni ada differences lah yang saya just crop from internet. Okay, yang hitam ni traditional costing versus ABC. One plant wide overhead rate, multiple activity rate, easy to implement, difficult to implement, only allocate production cost, may allocate period cost as well, can be used for external report, cannot be used for external report, require one set of book, requires two set of book. Okay, one yang sebelahnya warna hijau sekali ni activity ABC compared with traditional costing. Resource dia sama kat sini, dia sama ni, cuma dia ada cost pool dia plan or department only, but cost pool untuk ABC kita ada activities and activity center. Okay, jadi satu contohnya kalau yang very simple punya understanding ialah traditional costing ni diguna satu rate, activity based costing diguna banyak rate untuk banyak activity. Okay, now we go to the tutorial. Tutorial ni semua akan berdalam Excel. Okay, flashcard kita tak buat lah. Okay, settle ya. Okay, sekarang ni berapa sekarang? Okay, 245. So saya buat satu yang atas tadi, lepas tu kita rehat, and then kita continue lagi satu. Tutorial, so kita ada dua tutorial lah hari ni. Okay, the first one kita buat yang this one. Okay, kita buat yang ini. Kat sini, stop presenting. Kat sini, okay, and this one. Okay. So saya letak sebelah sini satu, sebelah sini satu. Ada WhatsApp ke? Tak ada. Ya. Cuba cari dia punya ni. Okey. Yang sebelum ni. Ini. Okay, saya nak guna dia punya illustration ni, computing of ABC. Oh. Okay, nanti saya share you punya ni hari ni. Ini ABC. Ini ABC. Ahmad. There are 4 stages dekat sini dia kata. First, yang ni. Dia kata kat sini ni Ahmad ni. FMAF Ahmad 9 berhad. Ini sebagai contoh nama lah. Tak kisah nama apa. Ini saya bagi satu contoh sahaja. Ahmad 9 berhad. Okey. Manufacturing overhead ya. Overhead. Manufacturing overhead dia RM125,000. Okay. If you are using the single plant wide rate tu, you akan guna manufacturing hours 1, and then dia ada machine hour. Machine. Let's see soal ni, machine hours. Okay, machine hours ni 25,000. Machine hours. 25 machine hour. So, OAR bagi traditional absorption costing, kita akan dapat RM125,000 divided by 25,000, and then you will get RM 5 ringgit per machine hours. Nah, ini tradisional sahaja, tradisional ada satu. So sekarang kita pecah pula. Okay. Untuk contohnya ini plant ataupun dia punya production. Ini plant dan production. Okay. Ini kita ada total manufacturing overhead in RM. Okay, and then kita ada dalam production ni kita ada department. Okay, kita dah pecah dua, sekarang kita dah guna dia punya ni. Kita ada assembly. And then kita ada quality control. Okay, assembly kalau kita nak kasi include kita tak apa. Yang atas kita dah ada, so tak perlu. Di bawah dah ada dua. Okay, so kita buat estimation lah. Kita buat estimation, assembly ni kita guna 105,000. While for quality, we are just charge dia 20,000. So dia punya total dia still the same. Like this one. Okay. So total dia sama. Checking. Nah. So sekarang kita ada dua. Satu line yang this one. Karena kita ada satu line yang this one. Okay. So kita pun carilah allocation base dia. Allocation base ataupun kita panggil cost driver dia. Driver. Cost tu kita nak drive dia menggunakan apa? Cost driver dia. Allocation base ataupun cost driver. Like this one, assembly, kita boleh guna number of machine hours. And then this one kita boleh guna number of inspection. Okay, costing. Ini adalah yang membeza antara ABC dengan DAC. Okay, then kat sini kita tahu number of machine hour dia 25. Yang ini kita bagi contoh 500. Dia punya unit dia. Dan dia punya quantity. Dia. Okay. Macam mana kita nak kira OAR dia? Very simple. 105 dibahagi dengan 25. And then you will get this one. And then this one, Control C, Control V, terimik. Okay. Dan dia punya detail OER tu, kita boleh tulis kat sini ialah RM, you will get 20 cent per machine. Oops. While this one is around 40 ringgit per action. So kita dah ada jawapan dekat sini. Tambahlah 3. So this one, dia punya header dia. Okay. Ini total dia. And then daripada yang this one, daripada yang ni, yang normal punya ni, daripada yang normal punya, cuba kita extend dia lagi. Contohnya kita extend this one, insert 2. Insert 2. And then this one kita insert 2. Insert satu lagi. Okay. So this one assembly, yang ni tak akan pecah lagi. Insert 1, insert 2. Okay. Yang ni assembly department. Ini quality. So, ini quality control department. So sekarang ada satu production batch kat sini. Okay. First dia penuh, dia dua ni. Okay, dia jadi 2. Ni dah jadi 3, ni dah jadi 2. Okay, 3 ni contoh kita pecahkan ni. 75, 20, 10. This one, 1. So total the same, still the same total dia. Equal, tolak, ni atas. So kita pecahkan lagi. Very detail kan? So sistem ni yang kita, kalau sistem yang kita nak beli ni, mesti lebih accurate lah. Mesti kena canggih-canggih untuk kita pecahkan. Ini baru 5. Kalau banyak, kalau beratus-ratus kita nak pecah tu. Ini kita perlukan apa? Sistem yang lah yang better sikit. Okay, yang boleh capture semua info-info ini. So allocation base pun makin bertambah lah. Machine hour, number of production run, number of machine setup, number of machine setup, number of inspection, and the number of shipment. Jadi banyak lah. Sudah ada 5. Okay. Ini quantity still 25,000. Ini kita jadi 5K sahaja. Ini 200. Ini contoh-contoh saja ya. Okay. Kerana OER pun kita boleh pecah lah pada 5. So this one RM3 ringgit per machine. Machine hours. Okay. RM4 ringgit per production run. Okay. RM50 per machine setup RM10 per inspection, RM300 per treatment. Okay. Okey, ini contoh kan. Okey, ni dah detail lah. Ini kita dah guna ABC dah. Okey. Contoh soalan ni kalau dia kata sini, soalan dia kata KESB, ni contoh saja ya. Okey. Dia produce 1770 unit of sunscreen. Okay, sunscreen. So macam ni kita nak guna yang atas ni untuk kita buat soalan ni. Okay. Dia kata kat sini untuk produce 1770 sunscreen ni, it require allocation base for activity insert this one will require okay. Berapa machine hour required untuk machine hours required to produce 1770 unit of sunscreen? It requires 10,000 hours untuk number of production run, number of production run by 1K, number of machine set up, number of machine set up diperlukan 70, number of inspection, require inspections, number of inspections, number of hours, number of inspection, 75, number of shipment. So ini contoh soalannya, contoh kalau saya bagi soalan di sini. Okey, ini information yang kita dapat. Okay. Berapa kos kita nak charge kat produk ni? OAR ni berapa? Okay, machine hour. This one. Okay, number of production run. This one. Okay, machine setup. This one. Inspection. This one. Achievement. This one. Ni OAR ni. Okay. And the total cost kita nak charge kat sini. So ni, jelas ni 10,000 ditambah dengan 3. Okay, so okay, you dapat 44,250. Untuk berapa quantity? 1770. So cost per unit dia berapa? Bahagi 2. 25. Berapa cost per unit dia? 25,000. Ini dia punya allocation base dia. Ini total dia. Ini cost per unit dia, CPU. 25,000. Ada contohlah. Okey. Ada soalan tak? Sebelum kita pergi the last kita punya tutorial lepas ni, ada satu lagi tutorial kita. Kita sambung dengan next ialah tutorial kita. Tutorial ni kita panggil, saya panggil dia Huda. Ini Huda Kita rehat sebentar. And then rehat 15 minit. Lepas tu kita akan sama dengan Huda Book dalam 45 minit. And then kita habiskan dalam pukul 4 lebih sikit-sikit lah. Untuk hari ini. Okey, kita rehat dulu. Okey, jom. Buddha Bookstore. Buddha Bookstore. Buddha Book Cafe. Buddha Book Cafe. Buddha Book Cafe wish to suggest the use of activity-based costing in calculating the cost of the product in order to find the most profitable product among the 3 products that she have. She have. Okay, below are the information to assist you with the costing. Okay. Buddha Book Cafe ni Buddha. Okay, dia jual buku lah. Dia ada cafe. Okay. So dia jual sales and production. Sama je lah kan. Okay, sales and production. Dekat sini horror book. Romance. Novel. Dia tukar sikit lah. Horror book. Novel ni, novel cinta. Okay. And then the last magazine. Upper Bazaar magazine. Kuantiti dia ialah 50,000. Dia jual untuk tahun tu. Kita consider lah. Contohnya untuk tahun tu. 50,000. 40,000 unit. 30,000 unit. Ini dia punya production dengan dia punya unit dia. Selling price untuk each tu selling price dia RM90, RM190, RM146. Okay. Direct material in RM. Untuk horror direct material RM40, RM108.70. Okay. And then dia kata kat sini ada additional info. Direct labor also in RM 24.50. Okay, and then kat samping dia boleh dia tulis lah gross profit dia. Ni contoh lah ya. Gross profit dia 90 minus 40 minus 26. Okay, ni gross profit dia. And then dia kata CHR and machining, ANPA, packaging. Okay, packaging. Okay, this one based on labor hour per unit. Okay, berapa cost dia? Dia kata 9 hours. Okay, ni per hour ya, 9 hours. This one 8 hours. This one 6 hours. Untuk packaging ni. Okay. So dalam machining and packaging ni dia ada sub dia. Okay. Dia ada pre-treatment activities. Dan dia ada fabrication. Treatment activity ke department ke semua boleh. And then ada post treatment activity. Then dia ada PACKAGING, packaging and optical test. And then dia ada final, PACKGING, packaging. Okay. This one, dia punya cost driver dia ialah number of treatment. Number of treatment, number of labor hours, number of machine hours, number of inspection, number of boxes. Okay, this one. Berapa cost dia? 550. And this one, 700. This one, 150. This one, 95,600. And this one, 100,000. Okay. So total dia 1,595,600. Dia punya total cost dia. Okay, dia punya quantity. Total cost. Okay, kita let's say kita ada 200 treatments. Number of treatments. 200 treatment. So 24,000 labor hour. So 12,000 machine hour. Then 4,000 inspections. Number of inspections. Okay, and then this one kita ada 100 boxes. Okay, the quantity. So kita cari OAR dia. Whereas this one bahagi dengan this one. Kita dapat OAR dia. Okay. Ataupun dia punya OAR lah. Atau 10 unit dia. Okay, kat sini dia kata number of treatment dia 2,000. So kita boleh buat allocation lah. Kita just buat allocation 6,000, 6,000, 7. Okay. So dia dapat balik back to 6,700, 2,000 tadi. Dalam soalan nanti dia akan bagilah sedikit info. Ataupun dia bagi by percentage. Dia akan kira balik. Okay. 24, 6K, 4K, and 2K. This one, 1,500, 500, 2,000. And the last one, 300, 150, 550. So kita nak check and balance. So sekarang ni dia bagi contoh yang ni ya. Okay, so macam mana kita nak asingkan dia punya ni. Okay. Ini kita dah ada dah OER dia. Dengan kali lain. Kita dah ada dah. So macam mana kita nak pecahkan dia ialah. So this one kita copy balik. Okay. Kita copy sini sahaja. Okay. Kita insert ke atas. Ya. Jadi kita kosongkan. Sebab macam ni kita nak, sekarang kita nak allocate lah. Sebab kita guna OER yang equal summing Yang atas ni kita nak dapat semula 1595. Ini mesti sama dengan kat sini. Ini equal sum buat kurungan close bracket dapat. This one must be the same. Okay. So macam mana kita nak samakan? This one 700 bahagi 2000 ni times dengan 550. Okay. Nama F kita fixkan, tak ada perubahan. P F P pun kita fixkan, tak ada perubahan. Okay. Kita tarik. This one tetap betul. So formula dia 600 kali 2000, 600 bahagi 2000 kali 550, 192. So this one dengan 13. Yang ni 14 dengan 14. Yang ni 15 dengan 15. 16. Betul atau tidak? Jom check. Okay. So yang ni apa? Okay. Yang ni kalau you tak nak rounding, you tak perlu rounding. Kalau you nak rounding, perlu rounding. Okay. Settle. So kita dah allocate dah untuk horror, novel and magazine. Kita dah pecahkan. Instead of kita guna satu je single rate, kita dah ada 5 rate dah kat sini. 5 rate kat sini. Okay. Ini ABC. Okay, berapa unit tadi? This one bahagi dengan 50,000. So RM12 kita dapat overhead ni. Machining. Cost untuk machining. 12, 18.5. So total cost dia direct material tambah direct labor tambah machining. So 76. Dia punya profit dia selling price tolak 76. Okay. Okay. Ini profit dia dapat. Total profit pula profit kali dengan quantity di atas. So dia 1364 400. So di total profit. Kalau you guna ABC. Sekarang ni kita cuba tengok kalau dia guna traditional punya. Traditional. Kalau traditional method dia guna yang ni sahaja. Satu rate sahaja. Ini rate dia. Okay. One rate single rate sahaja. One single. Okay, single rate sahaja dia guna. Okay. Berapa jam untuk yang tadi tu? Ya, berapa jam dia punya ni? Total. Untuk mesin hour kan 600, 400. Kan mesin hour. Labor hour. Okay. Okay. Dia based on labor hour sahaja. Okay. Dia kata tadi dalam soalan dia ialah labor hour per unit. So ni 9 hour, ni 8 hour, ini 6 hour. Okay. Kita bagi dah. Sorry. Okay. Kalau yang ni berapa total labor hour dia? 450 320 180. So total dekat sini berapa labor hour keseluruhan dia? Dia 950. Okay. Total labor hours. Okay. So OAR, single OAR. Sini. Ini dia punya total dekat sini ialah samalah 1595. Terus sini 1595 bahagi dengan total labor hour. So you dapat RM1.68. So this one ialah dia punya single dia. Single OAR dia. Ini satu dia guna. So instead of 1, you kena compare dengan 5. Ini laser dia. Okay. Dan dia punya total cost dia ialah 1.68 ni. 1.68 ni you times dengan ini RM1.60 per labor hour ya. $1.8 dengan 9. So K ni you nak fixkan dia sign dollar. Okay. Ini dia punya rate dia. Dia punya cost per unit. Yang atas tadi kalau you nak buat comparison ni, yang atas dia ni dia punya ni 12.5, you nak compare sini. So ada beza. Ini perbezaan dia. Okay. Kita tarik ke bawah lagi. Okay. So untuk tradisional dia punya cuba ya, dia punya selling price dia ke atas. Dia punya direct material and direct labor dengan manufacturing overhead. Okay, direct material dia satu, tarik bawah. Okay. Manufacturing overhead dia. So profit dia ni tolak ni, tolak ni. Ataupun total cost C dia ni equal to this one tambah 3 ni. So yang ni kalau kita dapat balik dia punya total profit dia This one you letak sebalik 40 atas tadi. Okay. And this one. You akan dapat balik tadi location cost tadi tu. 364 atau 364. Okay, sama. Okay. So yang mana yang better profit dia? Yang ni. Kalau yang ni. So kalau you guna ABC untuk horror ni, horror better you guna ABC instead of TAC. So bila you guna ABC, you punya income, you punya profit banyak. Sama juga dengan novel cinta, lagi banyak juga in this one compare dengan TST. Untuk this one, magazine ni, you guna ABC rendah dia punya profit. Tapi when you are using TAC, dia punya profit dia tinggi. So what you need to do, kalau dalam soalan dia kata suruh suggest, you need to increase dia punya selling price ni. Because ABC dia dah accurate, tapi selling price ni dia undercharge. Under market price. Okay, under market price ataupun undercharge. Okay. So apa yang you kena buat ialah kat sini, you kena increasekan dia punya ni. Selling price untuk magazine kalau you nak guna activity based costing. Okay. Ini saya punya calculation ya. Jadi kalau you nak lebih faham, dia punya satu-satu tu dia ada di sini. Cuma saya ni saya tak guna 2 decimal, so figure dia lari lah. Dan this one kita guna 2 decimal, figure dia ada kat sini. Okay. Settle, nanti saya akan share Excel ni dekat WhatsApp group. Untuk you punya study lah, you punya own study, macam mana figure tu dia dapat. Ada soalan from the floor sebelum kita end kita punya kelas? Before that, saya nak buat another class lah. Ada satu kelas sebelum kita cuti ni. Bila you all boleh buat kelas? Sebelum you all cuti. Boleh saja satu masa tak? Esok Rabu kan? Kalau Rabu esok. Kalau esok, okey tak untuk buat kelas? Esok.
Maaf, saya esok kita ada kelas sampai petang.
Okey, kalau Khamis?
Khamis, petang kita orang free.
Petang free Khamis ya? So kita buat kelas hari Khamis lah. Boleh? Khamis pukul 2. Khamis ya? Khamis jam 2 petang. Boleh ya? Okey, so nanti kita jumpa hari Khamis jam 2 petang. Untuk kita buat satu lagi kita punya ni. Kita punya topik sebelum kita cuti hari raya. Okey, jumpa hari Khamis pukul 2 petang. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You are welcome.